He's John Elway, running the Denver Broncos. I don't know if he's now recognized as the second best quarterback in Stanford history. Where do you rank with that, John?
That's why you have your job, to rank those type positions.
But at what point when you look back on your career at Stanford, do people look at Luck, Jim Plunkett? That's a pretty good trio there of quarterbacks there that come out of Stanford.
It really is. And that's actually that was one of the reasons why I chose to go there when I came out of college back in '79, because of Jim Plunkett and Guy Benjamin, Steve Dills, and the tradition that they really had at Stanford. So obviously Andrews just continued that, and had a tremendous career there.
If I had this conversation with Joe Montana earlier this week, where people talk about system quarterbacks, and I said, "How does it feel when people say that you're a system quarterback?" He goes, "Well, I have 4 system Super Bowl rings there." Do we get caught up with that with quarterbacks, that it's a system that they're in?
I don't think so. I mean, I personally think that obviously there's going to be a system that certain quarterbacks fit in better. Everybody's got their different strengths and weaknesses, and so therefore to be a system quarterback, to me, you still have to perform and you still have to execute. And so to me, that's not a negative thing. It's also a thing that, to me, it looks like that I believe, and the coach takes advantage of what the quarterback does best, which is, as a quarterback, you want in a coach, and the fact that he's able to get the best out of you as a player. So whatever that system is, everybody's going to go. Everyone's going to have their intricacies that they're going to be better at. So therefore, some systems are going to be better for some guys than the other guys. And so, to me, that's not a negative.
How would you do in what Peyton Manning is running now?
I think that we're a little bit different in the fact that obviously he's a little more cerebral. I was a little more athletic as far as in my play. I moved around quite a bit more than Peyton does, and so I'm not going to say that I would do as well as he does. But it's being in the position that I am now. It's a treat to be able to watch him work, and the system that has fit him very well for a long time, and as I said, it's really a treat to watch him work, because he does so many different things at the line of scrimmage, and that's what's made him so successful for so long.
But John, you look at the style of these quarterbacks now, some of these rookies, or you look at Cam Newton, what he did, RG3. You were along the lines of that kind of quarterback. You were capable of beating the defense with your legs and your arm. Do you wonder what your style would be like today? Defense, we've basically taken away all their advantage. It's all about the offense now. It's all about throwing the football.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I think that obviously you look at the scoring, and it's up tremendously, and with the concentration on the safety of the game, the quarterback's more protected really within the pocket now. You can hit him above the waist and below the shoulders, and so that helps also. And so it's just the evolution of the game of football, and you've seen that from the 60s to the 70s to the 80s and 90s, and now even till now, and the fact that just the evolution with the rules changes, that everything's really gone more to the passing game and open things up a little bit. And so I think that's why you're seeing the numbers. I think the numbers play out, and the fact that the number of 4,000-yard passers over the last 3, 4, 5 years has increased tremendously from the 80s and the 90s. And so, and that's just part of the evolution of the game.
He's John Elway joining us, Dan Patrick Show. When you go out to get Peyton Manning, and you're not quite sure, he's not quite sure, but how risky, when you look back now, how big was that risk that you were taking of being all in with Peyton Manning?
Well, I mean, there was a risk there. There's no question. I think that until even halfway through the season, everyone wasn't sure how Peyton was going to react. I just know what we did in meeting with Peyton, and his desire to still want to play the game, and how much he missed it the year he was out. And then, going through the process with the doctors and talking to the doctors and finding out where he was physically, that, we knew, we always felt that he was going to get better. It was a matter of when. And, if anybody could speed it up with his work ethic and the mind that he has, it was going to be Peyton Manning. And so, once the doctor said that, we feel really, not 100%, but 95% chance that he's going to come back and that nerve's going to regenerate and he's going to come back. It may not be the same 25-year-old Peyton Manning, but still that he's going to come back and be able to compete. And so that's what we relied on, and plus we relied on Peyton, knowing the type of guy that he was, that if there's anybody that could come back from that type of injury, it was going to be Peyton.
Did you work harder on getting your fiancée to marry you or to get Peyton Manning to become a Bronco?
Well, let's put it this way: I put the harder sell on my wife now than I did to Peyton. I think that when Peyton came in to visit, what we really tried to do is just show him what Denver had, and what the Broncos had, what this organization's about. Obviously he's been in this league, and so he had a feel from the outside what the Broncos were about. We just kind of wanted to show him what the insides look like, and not rush him, but show him the opportunity that was here, and the ability that we would have to be able to compete. And that started with Pat Bowlen, our owner, and the fact that he's all about competing and wanting to win Super Bowls, and he's going to give all the resources he possibly can to do that. So we just wanted to show him what we had, and fortunately he liked what he saw.
Well, she got a ring. Will Peyton get a ring this year?
Pardon me?
She got a ring. So is Peyton going to get a ring?
Well, you know what? We like where we are. Obviously, we feel like we still have to make strides, but as a football team, we've got it turned around. We're playing really good defense and special teams, and scoring points offensively, and the offense is gelled around Peyton, and Peyton's comfortable with everybody, and vice versa. So, we have a big one this week in Baltimore. It's going to be a great test for us. They're a very good football team, and they're coming off two losses, and they play very well at home. And so this is going to be a great test to see where we are, and we'll kind of see how things go. I think it's way too early still to see if start making any kind of predictions.
He's John Elway, part of the Dove Men Care Journey to Comfort campaign. You can go to dovemencare.com or Dove Men on Facebook. Always good to visit with you, John. I know that schedule's a little rushed there, but thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Great talking to you.
All right, John Elway.